Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Before I start my speech, let me ask you something. Have you taken your breakfast this morning? What kind of food do you take? If you eat fast food, or we can call it junk food, have you ever think that junk food contain chemical ingredient that made it last longer? Not only that, junk food also contain trans fat and sugar that added in plenty. Nowadays, a serious concern is how junk food can affect our health in long and short time. It's called to choose between eating to live or living to eat. Today, I'd like to present about the a dangerous ingredient inside the junk food and the consequences by eating the junk food. For the first, I'd like to talk about the secret ingredient inside the junk food. First, I'd like to talk about the dangerous ingredient inside the junk food. Most of the people didn't know that junk food contain chemical ingredient because when we bought it, it always served with warm condition that made us think that it is fresh from the kitchen. The chemical ingredient made it last longer. Junk food also contain high carbohydrates and tons of salt and sugar that made it delicious. That made it high calories but delicious at the same time. The researchers found that most of the people tend to eat delicious food besides it is unhealthy rather than healthful foods. It's all because their mindset, which is living to eat. They haven't thought about their future health. We all know that junk food is tasty, but it contains dangerous ingredients that can bother our health. Secondly, the consequences by eating the junk food have many negative than positive. Maybe the consumption of junk food didn't show any effect directly, but it will appear and bringing up some serious disease like diabetes, hypertension, heart failure, even cancer. We can see from the news that many people in productive age diagnosed with serious disease that generally affected in the elderly. More than 30% of that because of overconsumption of junk food. It will be so lucky if it curable. What if it get worse? We can only get. We can see what junk food can do to our body, so we need to be careful in consuming them. In the end, I'd like to highlight that junk food is bad for your health. The fact that junk food contains a dangerous ingredient that can bother our health should be in mind. Besides, junk food leads us to serious disease that haunt us. We can consuming junk food sometimes with safe portion, and don't forget to always eat healthy and greenish food. We take care to our kid future and longevity. It is enough from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.